can fade into the history of nowhere.
You'll never know.
I'll never know. So, who wants to run the previously?
Tonatium trolled the ogre. And killed it with a fireball from the forge. Then, what happened after that? Basically just found the way out.
You found the earth elemental thing.
Hey, we found the earth elemental thing that nearly killed me. But we killed it, and then we found the way out. And then we used the elevator to get up. I disabled the acid trap before we fell into it, which is fucking amazing. And yeah. Now we are on the day where we have to visit that one Lord guy to be licensed adventurers finally.
I'm gonna go meet Lord Orbius Philanthro. I'm trying to get my voice. I'm trying to get an appropriate. I can't do it. I'm trying to do an appropriately effeminate. I am a rich noble pretending to be a feminine voice.
Which is totally not going to go haywire because, in fact, we're going to dinner, and I kind of have to eat at dinner, so I can't really eat with my mask on.
Then just get a different mask that leaves your mouth open.
Yes, my mouth open. And the skin around my mouth, which is, by my token, a bright pink.
Well, I have just a solution for you.
Grow a beard.
Prestidigitation. You'll have human-colored skin now.
Is that what you're gonna do?
I don't know.
I don't have the spell in my book yet. I need to put it back in from the other spell book.
Well, you do have a day before this all goes down.
I thought it was a big day. Because we did the things, we got the kids back to the orphanage. Yeah. We talked to that one guy who said that the chosen one was the one who's dreaming about angels and he must die.
Yeah,
and then it was next day.
Yeah, he's like, meet me tomorrow for brunch. Oh, that's right, it's a brunch.
And we went to bed.
I probably have brunch. You don't have time. Darn it. Help.
I hope you know how to use makeup.
No.
Well, so I'm assuming you're going to want me to take you to Lord Valantru's.
Oh, what is that? Unexpected error has occurred.
Are you trying to move your token?
No.
And access your token?
How do I get... Did I just close this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
If it happens again, then we'll need to... you'll need to reboot map tool if it happens again.
Okay.
And so... let me get this little friendly document about Lord Valantru's open in just a moment. I want to make note of this. What's this? I need to keep that open. I don't need to keep that. I don't need Kimberly's stats in this game. What am I doing? Hi, my name is Kit. I am intelligent, I swear.
Okay, so if we're in a fantasy world and we just go to another fantasy world, it's still isekai, right?
Literally by the word, yes, but I am not certain how it works according to the tropes of the genre. Trying to remember my isekai. I know that if you go from our world to another world that's like our world, I think there may be one isekai out there where you go from a fantasy world to a fantasy world. Now you're distracting me, and I have to look it up because I'm not going to know.
Nap time.
That's why you're doing that, huh? You're just trying to squeeze a nap out.
Ugh.
I now want this spell. Antonia, I want to get blistering invective.
Excuse me?
You unleash an insulting tirade so vicious and spiteful that enemies who hear it are physically scorched by your fury.
Ugh.
You cast a spell.
I'm not getting burned.
Yeah. When you cast this spell, make an intimidate check to demoralize each enemy within 30 feet of you. Enemies that are demoralized this way take 1d10 points of fire damage and must succeed in a reflex save or catch fire.
There's a few that might be, but I'd have to look up a little bit further. That said, now I need to read Gate. Fuck you.
No.
Imagine an isekai story, but instead of finding yourself in the other world, you find a permanent open gateway into the other world. And you work for the Japanese military. So you start gathering tanks and fighter jets to go in there and fight the Demon Lord.
Oh, I think I've seen previews of that then. Where this one girl beats the shit out of a slave driver.
Well, I mean, it looks like it's only a light novel and not an anime, so...
Might be a different Japanese anime, Japanese armor, Japanese army versus fantasy world anime.
Yep. It's almost probably as though there's a whole lot of these. Maybe as though Portal Fantasy, as it was called up until like 7 years ago, is been around for a while. So, I've got this open. We are ready to go. Da-da-da-da-da. You are out on the front of Lord Vilantru's manor.
Do I have a hangover?
Did you drink a lot last night?
Yep.
Make a fortitude save. Nope, you're fine.
Huh. Neat. Guess I'll take a step forward and knock on the door.
Knock, knock, knock. So I don't have a token for this person because work. But work and kids. But a small, elderly halfling woman comes and opens the door and says, "Oh, yes, come in. Come in. Lord Vilantru will meet you in the parlor." And she... I'll put an arrow on here. She points the way to the parlor. It is that way. So in this room, as you walk in, you've got this beautiful red carpet that leads up a flight of stairs to the second story. And there are 4 lifelike statues in alcoves on either side of this entranceway. They are a female elven wizard in robes, a male elven ranger with a longbow, a female elven cleric carrying a shield, and the symbol of Corellian Lithian, who is the god of, like, elves and fun times, and a male elven druid wearing a cowl and carrying a vine-like whip. They are very lifelike statues.
Hmm. The amount of detail in these statues is amazing.
This guy certainly likes elves.
And as you approach here, you can see that there are 4 more statues here. You have a dwarven fighter wearing a full plate of armor and carrying a greatsword. You have a female halfling perched atop a stone pedestal with a staff in one hand and a short sword in the other. You've got a man. Actually, this is the person on the pedestal. Then over here, you have a long-haired man who's got his arms out ready to punch people. And then over here, you have a gnome up on a pedestal, his arms outstretched as if in prayer.
Guess I'll open the doors to the parlor. Oh no, he's choking.
In this case, a piece of my mustache fell off and went into my throat.
Yeah.
I got it. It's fine. So you can wobble.
Oh.
So here you can see 5 beautiful plush chairs that surround a round table in the middle of the room. Embedded into the table is a little lowered down area with a set for backgammon. And there are little drawers in the table with the pieces and the dice. Along the side, there is a large cabinet.
This is supposed to be the parlor, right?
Yes, she said that he would meet you in the parlor.
Well, I guess I'm taking a seat.
You want to sit like that? Mm-hmm. And the 2 chairs right by the door? It's up to you if you want to sit there or not.
I want to sit here.
Okay. So you end up sitting there for a little bit longer than you feel is quite appropriate. You may make perception checks.
Perception? Okay. Oh yeah, I'm bad at those.
And you can hear the front door opening and a pair of voices. One you recognize. Yes, I understand, Captain Skellering, but I told them brunch because I thought you told me brunch. Yes, I need to be here soon. Yes. Well, let's hurry. I'm sure they're here and I'm sure they're waiting. Well, we're not quite prepared, are we? Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. The food shall be ready and we'll just have a nice conversation. Have you filled out that paperwork you were telling me about? We can fill it out during. There's not going to be any problems, unless you want to make problems. I suppose. Oh, good, you're here. Wonderful. Lord Volantra squeezes around the table and takes a seat in this chair. Good choice, Tervu. That's my favorite. But, rotten egg, last ones, so forth. Skellering walks in and just stands by the table. We're having lunch around your backgammon table? No, Captain Skellering. We're having friendly conversation around my backgammon table until Madame Hasberg says that my lunch is ready. Speaking of, Orena! And then you hear the voice of that old halfling lady. I know, it's going to be ready soon. Wonderful. Orena is a wonderful cook. Tervu, Tonatium. I suppose I should introduce you. This is Tersen Skellering, the captain of the guard for Cauldron. You, of course, Tonatium, will recognize Captain Skellering. He is the one who drug your parents in chains to their execution.
Oh, that's awkward.
And Tervu, you will recognize him as one of the people you've always kind of barely escaped from in your previous criminal dealings. Skellering will look at the two of you, nod, and say, Tonatium. Son of the Olmec clans.
Skellering?
I take that as a yes. And Tervu. Fabre?
Yes, sir.
You're not still associated with those alley bashers, are you?
The group has been disbanded, sadly.
Aha! I knew it! He looks to Lord Vilantru. This one orchestrated probably the most annoying criminal organization in Cauldron up until the last laugh started pulling ahead. But we never had any evidence. Quite irritating. Well, now I know, and I have your confession.
Yeah, but that's behind me.
Well, I suppose he kind of looks over at Lord Vilantro, who has his hand in his heads. And Lord Vilantro goes, I suppose that what's in front of them will depend on their service to the city. Won't it, Terry? Won't it, Terry? I thought I told you not to call me Terry. Won't it, Terry? Yes, Orby. Orby? That's stupid. It's Orbias. Orby. They used to call me that at the academy. I understand your point, Tersen. In any case, I suppose this is an excellent time for the documentation that we totally signed, what was it, a week ago? Yes?
Yes.
Wonderful.
2 weeks ago, I think. Yes, it was.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. He squeezes behind the table, behind Tersen's chair, comes to the cupboard, opens it, takes out a key, unlocks a little cupboard in there, takes out some documents. Excuse me, coming through, excuse me. Tersen just looks at him, should we swap seats? Oh no, it'll only be one more trip after this. I can handle the trip after this. And Lord Vilantru lays out a sheath of documents. It's a very legalese contract. But he says that essentially it gives you authority as a adventurer. Your actions reflect upon Lord Vilantru. Lord Vilantru is required to pay any fines or fees that come out of your adventures. You are responsible for all taxes, and you have first claim of salvage during your time in there, but he has first claim of property. So, for example, that fortress down there, if it doesn't already belong to someone, would belong to Lord Vilantru now.
Yeah.
That's what he says, anyway.
I see. Well then, let's start filling out the paperwork.
And then with everything's done, it's like, And Terson, you are a notary? And he hands him the pen, and Terson goes, "Signed before me on this date 1 week ago." And he puts in the date for a week ago, because I'm not tracking date in this game for some reason. Looks up at Lord Vilantru. "If this comes back to bite me..." "Oh, nonsense. Has it ever come back to bite you before? It's just a little bit of cleanliness. You know the adventuring types. They never ask permission first. That's why we do this. Right? 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 There's not going to be any problems? Turvu?
No trouble at all.
Good. Tonatium?
No trouble at all.
Good. Because I'd rather there not be any, things that end up with my head on a block. That would be unfortunate. Yes. Wonderful. And there's a ringing of a bell. Oh, good. Food's ready. That is a nice. I'm not good at small talk. I'm sorry. This way is the dining room.
Oh, sweet. After you?
Thank you. And Lord Vilantru looks around to everyone. Wonderful. So I have prepared for all of you, or had my servants prepare for all of you, a wonderful breakfast of eggs Benedict with fried asparagus, hollandaise sauce, and a side of quail egg. And there should be a nice red port coming. You won't mind if I don't eat? I'm on a diet. He holds up his finger and points to the ring. My servants tell me that I'm getting a little too portly. And he wiggles some of the fat around his gut. There's not much there. He seems very uncomfortable about the whole thing.
It's perfectly fine.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, his servant comes in and gives everyone their plates. Please feel free to dig in. And, if you don't mind, I'm going to enjoy the smells, because that's what they will permit me to enjoy.
Of course.
Skellerin just rolls his eyes. You're the only lord who lets his servants boss him around. Well, I hired a personal doctor. What would I be if I didn't listen to my personal doctor? That's like hiring a gardener and not taking their advice on flowers, or a chef and dishes. Normally, lords tell their chefs what they want. What do I know about what I want for food? Elena knows what I should eat for food. She knows what's good. She picked this meal. It's delicious, isn't it?
Yeah, very.
There we are. See, Skellerin? Shush.
Turvu's just sitting there nervously with his mask on.
Oh, Turvu, take it off. I'm sure Skellerin isn't going to be that upset by a tiefling.
You never know around this city. Turvu will say as he pulls off his mask slowly.
Skellerin will turn and just look at you with thinly veiled, "What the fuck? I wouldn't have signed this paperwork if I had known," on his face. Well, dig in.
Turvu will take a bite. Yes, it's very good.
And so it is.
It's been a while since I had a meal of this quality.
Well, I'm glad you like it. If things go well with what Captain Skellerin would like to present, perhaps we can have you for another dinner to celebrate, a proper dinner. 4 courses? You hear Elena from the kitchen. 5 is better. And he leans back. Why? And she goes, aperitif, soup, salad, Main dessert. Oh, I see. Isn't an aperitif just a coffee? And there's just no response. And he goes, oh, I think I've upset her. Very on then. But Skellering, what... You look like you want to get to the point. I should let you. Yes, you should. Lord Skellering, who has not touched a bite of his food, turns to look at Tonatium and Teravu. So, you two just resolved the kidnappings.
Yes, sir.
That involved investigation. And then, my understanding is, investigation, infiltration, and extermination. Yes?
Yes.
And there were hobgoblins involved, correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Good, this should be a piece of cake for you. We have a possible goblin infestation.
Goblins.
Yes.
Where at?
That's here in Cauldron. There is... I'm sorry?
I was about to ask, do you know where their nest is?
If I did, then I would just be going to those Stormblades and having them churn the whole thing out for glory. I need people with this proven skill in investigation. My town guards are too busy handling the peace and preparing for tax season. It's a simple thing. Find the goblins, exterminate them. I will pay you 5 gold for every goblin ear you bring me.
Hey, put this into my notes.
What we know is that the goblins have been sighted all over town, generally at night, and in gangs of 3 to 6. They tend to be armed with short swords and light crossbows, and they don't seem to hit the same places more than once. They haven't done too terribly much. They haven't killed anyone yet, but they have broken into some warehouses, robbed some folk, and vandalized buildings with graffiti.
Mm-hmm. What places have they hit so far?
I can establish. Well, it's been random. There have been a couple of warehouses down on the southeast corner, one in the north, a scattering of buildings throughout town. We've killed at least 6 goblins over the last week with the guard, but the robberies, break-ins, and vandalism continue.
Mm.
Do you know which one was the latest robbery?
The most recent event didn't have a robbery, was merely vandalism. The witness saw 3 goblins come out of the sewer, do some vandalism, and leave.
Mm-hmm. What kind of stuff is usually taken with robberies?
It's not consistent. There's been some food, some cloth, straw from a stable. One family had a clay urn full of the ashes of their grandparents taken. Another family had had their dog kicked and his mutton bone stolen. Generally not valuables. Although a few people did have their necklaces and such snatched in the night.
I am going to roll nature for goblins.
Alrighty then. Goblins are insidious nighttime raiders that average about 4 feet in height. They prefer to come out at night. They prefer to raid rather than hunt. They don't tend to grow their own food. They tend to go out and steal it. They don't make their own goods generally. Generally, goblins are known to wallow in filth and just kind of cowardly hide unless they're pushed out by some stronger monster. Around here, there are not really any major goblin tribes that you know of. There was a tribe known as the Black Agony, but it died out years ago. From the description you're hearing, the oddest thing seems to be that they're armed with short swords and crossbows. That seems to suggest that there may be some stronger creature organizing them.
If they have weapons and the knowledge to use swords and crossbows, the strong monster must be leading them.
Skillering nods. That's what I thought too, but my sage stated that a strong monster leading them would have caused death or something valuable to have been stolen by now, they thought.
True. Perhaps they're biding their time?
Perhaps. In any case, it's not an extremely high priority. Take your time. They're not killing anyone. They're not stealing anything of value, of particularly great value. We don't care terribly much if some necklace that belongs to some common whore gets clutched off her neck. It's petty. Not worth guards' time, but goblins can be a problem if left alone too long, so 5 gold per year. Good day, Lord Valantru. I have real work to get back to. And he walks out, leaving his meal untouched. Valantru says, "Oh, well, goodbye." Shh. And he slides down under the table, pulls up his head up so it's just barely above the table. "We don't want her to know." And starts kind of shoveling as much food into his mouth as he can before the halfling cook comes out and says, "Lord Valantru, your cholesterol." And he goes, of course, just a taste. And she goes and takes it, and he just sits down and goes, "Ah, it was good. Well, I don't suppose you have any wonderful stories to tell me."
It's not really a wonderful story at all, to be honest.
So you won't like to hear this, but in my experience, the less the person who lived the story likes it, the more the listener will.
Figures.
But you don't have to say if you don't want. I understand. It's fresh. But yes. This silence is awkward.
Where should I begin? If you insist, then I will tell it, or perhaps Turbo wants to recount?
You can retell. I'll fill in the details you weren't around for.
Only if you want to. I'm not going to insist. I'm not that rude. But it does sound like an exciting tale.
Just note that things all went down here the moment we were ambushed by a mimic.
Oh, that's right, the mimic. However did you defeat that mimic?
Sort of a combination of Tona Team's magic, a bit of magical backfire, and
It had managed to grab both of us. See, it somehow was in the shape of a gong. But I managed to, wrap a spell that drains its life around him. It was only a matter of who lost their strength to fight first.
Oh my. A spell that drains life. Are you a mighty necromancer, then?
No, I specialize more in abjuration magic.
Ah.
Though I do dabble in a few other spells to make sure I'm not... to be prepared.
Well, I only know one spell. He stands up, straightens his back, and shouts, "Magic Missile!" as he throws a rock. Of course, I don't actually know any spells, but that is one, is my understanding.
Yes, sort of. Though you never miss your target if it was an actual spell.
Well, who are you to say that right there is not my target?
Fair enough.
Wise men is what you would be. I am so indeed interested in magic. Unfortunately, Lavinia perished before I was able to convince her to share. I had a statue commissioned of her. It's out there in the main hall. She was a little halfling wizard. Quite nice, quite powerful, but you wizards are protective of your magic.
Even I know magic.
You do?
Turtle will use Mage Hand to pick up his empty plate.
Lord Volantre will immediately start climbing on the table, leaning in, and moving his hand around the plate. So how does this function? There seems to be no physical connection between you and it. Is it strictly a psychic phenomenon? Does it extend into the fabric beneath the planes?
Psychic and magic are very different things.
I see. But I mean, there must be some sort of causal force, right?
I'm not entirely sure myself. I'm a bard. It comes naturally.
Oh, well then... Oh. Lord Volantre sinks back in his chair, looking quite disappointed.
I could explain it to you, but we'd be here all month just explaining the fundamentals.
But you would be willing to explain them?
Given enough time. But we do have stuff to do.
Of course, of course. Let's say when you're not actively adventuring, Temple Days in the evening? No, Temple Days, I host that celebration. Tuesday? I think I can block out an hour and a half on Tuesday mornings around breakfast time.
You're going to hire Tona Team as a personal magic tutor?
Well, let's say we'll have a couple of sessions, see if I have any talent for it, and then we can discuss a price. And those first couple sessions will be in consideration of services rendered. The backdating. Wonderful. Oh, you are going to be my new favorite. I do hope you last longer than the others.
Yeah, I pray that I last longer than the others, too.
Excellent. Another halfling comes running up to him, leans into his ear and whispers something. Already? Oh dear, I must go. I have dreadfully dull matters of government to attend to. Please feel free to finish anything else you have in here, and I will have one of the servants bring you in a glass of wine, and you can feel free to take the bottle, not glass, a bottle of wine, and you can feel free to take it with you when you leave. My apologies for having to run out.
Of course.
Farewell, Tonatium, Tervu. Ooh, someone who's willing to teach me magic. And the academy said I had no intelligence for it. Ah. And he heads out. I kind of love Lord Vilantru.
Yeah, he's certainly interesting.
Well, it's back in YouTube. Exclusively entertain them.
I thought you studied for your magic.
Not really.
Then that kind of worries me a little, but it seems like nothing you know would be too dangerous as to level an entire city if it wanted to.
Oh yeah, I'm like you, Mr. Fireball.
Okay, I have to take us out of the world entirely for a moment. So, do you all know who Lindsay Ellis, ContraPoints, Legal Eagle, and H-Bomber Guy are?
Nope.
Nope. I know Legal Eagle, I think. I have watched some of his stuff.
Okay. Lindsay Ellis...
Is he the one where he does lawyers on lawyer stuff on actual games and TV shows?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I think I saw an episode.
So Lindsay Ellis is kind of a left-wing film critic. She's one of the ones that they like to point at and go, feminazi. ContraPoints is transgender, own the alt-right. If you watched that video I posted in Discord ages ago, Our Trap's Gay, that's her.
Yeah, okay.
So she and so apparently so H-Bomber Guy is kind of a British communist YouTuber guy. So H-Bomber Guy has had a joke about selling brain pills for ages. And they've started a joke. ContraPoints and Lindsay Ellis are doing a fake fight over who has the right to sell H-Bomber Guy's man brain pills. And this tweet just came up from Legal Eagle. YouTube drama alert. Lindsay Ellis and ContraPoints have falling out over sale of supplements. Is it libel, slander, or just regular defamation? Find out on this week's Real Law Review. Someone get the Grand Marshal of the Supreme Court because one of them did the RICO. And I'm so hoping that this means that there's going to be a Legal Eagle video on this as some sort of fun joke, because Legal Eagle, ContraPoints, Lindsay Ellis, and H-Bomber Guy are my four of my 5 favorite YouTube channels, and if they were all to do one thing.
Yeah, I like his video on Phoenix, right?
I think the only video I saw was his B-movie one.
I saw the B-movie one, the one where it's the guy who's a lawyer who you can't like a lie. You can only say
Liar,
like
liar.
yeah, liar, liar.
I love that movie. I love that movie. The first 120 times I saw it.
Yeah, it kind of gets old.
My younger sister, may she rest in peace, would watch Liar Liar and then Major Payne and then Liar Liar and then Major Payne. And we were so happy when she hit puberty, decided Vin Diesel was the hotness, and added Fast and Furious to the cycle.
Yeah.
And then she discovered dancing and singing and decided to stop watching TV and do that, which we're like, oh, this is horrible. She's off-key and everything. And then she got into like a beauty pageant for people with disabilities and proceeded to stop trying and just be like, I'm going to dance and be cool. And it ended up being awesome. And she ended up like winning.
Nice.
And that just went to her head, and then up until she died of cancer, which is so out of nowhere. Like, we knew she was going to die young because she was one of the first liver bowel transplants in an infant.
Mm-hmm.
And she had like 5 transplants because it kept going wrong because it was all experimental. Not including one close call where they almost gave her a liver that was HIV contaminated when she was 8.
Hey.
Yeah, that was a. Apparently they had her open and they were getting ready to put the liver in, and someone just ran in there going, "Stop!" And I'm like, I wish that we had video of that, because that's like a Scrubs moment. Nice to know it happens IRL sometimes. But yeah, we were expecting that just eventually would crap out and she would pass away because, yeah. No, it turns out all the drugs they were on to keep her from dying from that gave her cancer.
Oh.
And when she passed away, she didn't die from the cancer. She died from... She actually chose to die. She got a fungal infection on her nose.
Oof.
And the doctors said, we have 2 choices. We can surgically remove this infection, which will take off your nose and part of your cheekbone. Or we cannot, and you will die. And she went, I think I'd rather die than lose my beautiful face. They had told Mom before they told her, and she had told me, and I had already made her like 3 different face masks. So, like, we had this one moment where we're coming in and we're looking on the face masks, and she's sitting on and she's looking, she's trying them on, and then she's going, these are wonderful, but I'd still rather have my face. And then we're like, but she says, oh, come on now. I've met death like 7 times now. It's just going with a friend. Bye. And then she died because not immediately, but like a couple days later, because she was in excruciating pain. So they let her have the morphine. She fell asleep, and then she never woke up, and she lingered for like 2 days and then died. But she did turn 21. She was not allowed to have a drink because it would mess with the medications she was on, so she never drank alcohol. But she was legally allowed to, and she was very happy about that. Like, I have a feeling everyone's taking this sadder than every one of us does. Like, it's not possible to talk about Shantae and her struggles and feel sad, because Shantae was never sad.
Yeah, he seems pretty brave.
She also had an IQ of like 40. She was not... I don't think she was smart enough to actually recognize what the heck this all meant. And I know legally she wasn't considered smart enough. My mother had to make the choice, but my mother refused to make that choice without her permission.
Yeah.
And my mother still gets sad about it sometimes. Like, maybe I should have forced her to have her nose cut off. I'm like, no, you don't want her to be angry at you like that. Plus, she became the first person in the new ossuary at the church. Because our church had a contract with a local graveyard for a while, and then they filled up all the plots. And so instead of signing a new expensive contract, the priest decided to convert a room of the church that was not being used for anything into an ossuary. So, yay, we have an ossuary at our church now. And like he took out a wall of the main chapel and put in like this wooden shelving cabinet thing so that like cremations can be right in there. And yeah, you have to be cremated to go to the ossuary because he doesn't want to throw rotting corpses in there. But yeah, and he got it built just in time for the congregation to start dying off because most of them were over 90. I think there's discussion in the vestry now to expand it because it's beginning to get full. Of course, we could always go old school or ossuary and just, once it gets full, take everyone who doesn't have family in the church to come visit them and just kind of dump them in the pit in the bottom. That's how they did it in the old ossuaries. That's why all the churches in Europe are haunted, right? Anyway, that got us way off topic. My fault.
It's alright. Uh-oh, echoing.
Do not discuss my ex-wife. That's real. I haven't made that joke in so long that everyone's forgotten it.
Let's try to get back on topic then.
Yes.
Goblins!
Goblins.
Goblins.
Gonna finish up the meal and leave.
One last thing off topic. In general chat. An old painting of an alligator mermaid teaching a fish to read. Okay. That's part of the Garden of Earthly Delights. You know, that old medieval torture porn painting?
Torture porn.
Yeah. Anyway, goblins!
Goblins! Kids' favorite.
These are D&D goblins, not Pathfinder goblins. You'll find they're a little different.
Okay. And I'm guessing this isn't going to be as amusing as I thought it was going to be.
Well, we will see. I'll take you back to Cauldron. At point 21,
Yay.
where Lord Vanderborn's manor is. So what do you wish to do?
They say the attacks they usually attack at night, right?
That is correct.
Then I think I shall go to the marketplace to pick up some supplies for crafting a wand. Maybe two.
Ready to patrol the streets.
I just gotta calculate how much this is gonna cost.
You haven't even split that money yet, we have.
Oh yeah, well, first things first, we gotta make sure we legally own that chest.
We do legally own this chest now.
Oh yeah, but are they still gonna bring it up or something? I don't know. Let's just return it over and figure out how to split it.
No, Arizona, I do not pick up the phone at 6:30 at night. I swear, they call me every Monday at 6:30, and I don't know who they are, but I don't answer because I'm running this game. And that's
You
that.
should just block the number.
No, I think I think it might be my sister, but she needs to call me at a different time.
Mm.
Send in the voicemail, and they, yeah. So.
Guess we're going back to the house to split the gold from that chest.
Yay! Got the Tonateum sticker there.
Yay!
Nice.
We know where you are. Yay! So you're gonna split up the gold, make a wand, patrol at night.
Okay, so
I need the craft check for the wand.
for the wand?
Yeah, and then all the splitting of gold can probably happen offline, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how much gold we had.
I don't think it was gold. It was a bunch of
No, we had the
copper and silver pieces.
We had the gold we got from the church. We had the copper and silver pieces we got from the treasure. And the
We got the gold from the church separate.
I didn't write it down.
Oh man, I already took out. Okay, so let me just.
Turbo, you already lost all your reward. Oh my!
What?
Shoot, I already put the church gold into my regular funds, so now I just need to. I don't remember what my funds were before that.
We got 2,500 from the church.
2,000.
So split evenly, we'd each have 1,250.
1,200.
No, yeah, 1,250.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
That's actually a whole lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
We did say all the children,
Yep.
sort of. Okay, so this is how much was in that chest. Assuming nobody embezzled any of the funds from it while we weren't looking.
As far as you're aware, nobody did. And you're quite aware on account of counting it out.
Cool.
That seems all she did was put her little love letter in there.
Why is she targeting me specifically?
I know, she's not targeting like the fellow thief person who has actually like a grudge against the last laugh. No, she's targeting you, my friend.
Anyway, it'd just be easier just to let the math calculate editing.
We each get 2,995 copper pieces.
Wait, how much?
2,995.
Write it down, please. I'm just gonna just.
That's how much copper we have.
Thank you.
For silver pieces. $1,124.
Write it down, please.
God damn it.
Okay, thank you.
We are rich bitches. In my man's terms.
We're gonna spend this all in 1 week.
Maybe.
Okay, now I just gotta add that to that. Two. I cannot math anymore.
Yeah, maths.
Okay, there. Oh wait, I missed. I didn't even put that down right. It should be 6,005.
Good job. Are you doing a plus or a multiplus?
I'm just doing a plus.
Okay. I'll let you handle your own inventory. I'm sure you'll do it fine and won't cheat yourself out of tens of thousands of gold.
Okay, 32.
Famous last words.
Antonio, do you know Cat's Grace?
The what?
Do you know Cat's Grace?
Oh, it's a spell that lets you land on your feet.
No, it's a spell that increases your dexterity.
Oh. Oh no, I'm thinking about the cat's falling boots or something. I don't know.
Well, I was considering buying a belt of incredible dexterity, but that's 4,000 gold. I have 1,274.
Well, if you give me some time, I can craft the belt.
And this is Greyhawk, where magic items tend to not be available immediately for purchase.
That's right, because every magic item in universe is considered super duper rare.
Yes. In particular, every magical item crafted takes with it, as part of its permanency for its magic, a piece of the crafter's soul.
Oh no, are we gonna do that rule?
We're not actually going to do the XP counting because that's a pain in the ass, but in world.
Basically, if we want something, we're going to have to craft it ourselves, more than likely.
Or find it.
Or find it.
Craft it or find it. I can do that just fine. But my only problem is I'm not sure if I'll have enough gold to make the wands I want afterwards.
Well, you can make your wands. I might have enough gold to have the gold needed for you to craft the belt.
Just so it's going to take half of its original cost to make.
Yeah, it's 2,000. So I need to hopefully have 800 GP worth of silver pieces and copper pieces.
Let's see. Finder. I'm thinking of 2 spells at the moment that I want to make. An hour per level, so that would be not much. And oh, I spelled that. Okay, so if I make it at the 5th level, then I will have 3 of those. So I could do that. It will take a total of 750 gold to make both of them. So now I'm just going to calculate the DC. Five plus 5. So there will be... Oh, I don't think I can fail the check.
Oh?
Is your spellcraft higher than 5 plus the thing?
Yeah, my spellcraft would be a 13 without rolling.
Well, go ahead and roll. See how long it takes you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you'll get that done by sundown.
Okay. So the first thing I was going to make was the floating disc wand.
Okay. And that will take the rest of your day.
Yep.
So now you have a wand of floating disc.
Yep. And each cast will last for 5 hours.
And it's got 50 casts.
Pretty good once we find some heavy treasure.
Yeah. It also reminds me, next time I'm going to pour my gold into you so we can get some wands of cure light wounds. So I don't have to necessarily waste all my spell slots immediately every time we're hurt.
I should make a wand for that, huh? So that
We can do that later.
So that
Because the
was...
one wand you made is going to take the rest of your day until sundown.
Yep. So that's how much gold is left over from the wand.
Yay.
Okay. So, what you want to do tonight?
Do we know the location of like the sewer grate that they last came out of?
Yeah, they gave you the location where the graffiti was.
Let's start patrol around there.
Okay. So when you arrive, the graffiti has not yet been erased. There may possibly be a handout made by another GM. I assume one of you understands Goblin.
Yeah.
I only know common.
Do I have it? Do I have it? Where is it? No, I think that spell burned into fire.
Well, in this case, then, one of the town guards who was working on this before it got sent to you spoke Goblin and, like, plastered or taped little notes next to everything with a translation. That way you can understand what's written on this.
Free Yark. And god dang it, I cannot read cursive anymore. Balthazar?
Smells like dung.
The nerd smells like dung.
Drakthar owns this?
Drakthar is the fog? As a wolf, Drakthar hunts. Who builds town and volcanoes, stupid humans? Murd wrote this.
Murd wrote this. Murd.
Okay, Drakthar has got... No. Drakthar has...
Drakthar is the
bat
fog.
ears. Oh, Drakthar has bat ears.
So who is Drakthar?
Could be the one leading them.
Maybe you should do some knowledges.
What do I look like, a book?
Yeah.
Let's start with the local. Maybe someone knows.
You have never, in your history of living in this town, heard of anyone named Drakthar.
Perhaps Drakthar is the name of some creature from another plane.
You are not aware of any extraplanar creatures named Drakthar.
Perhaps he was a holy man or some religious figure.
You are not aware of any historical figures named Drakthar.
Well, I got nothing. I mean, I could probably roll the other knowledges for his own sake, but I don't think I'm gonna get a connection.
I don't have any knowledges, so your knowledge is as good as mine.
Okay, fine, I might as well. Is it something related to the arcane arts?
You're not aware of any wizards named Drakthar.
Maybe he created a famous dungeon or something.
You're not aware of any famous dungeons made by anyone named Drakthar.
Perhaps he was an expert engineering.
You're not aware of any famous engineers named Drakthar.
Perhaps he was a famous hippie.
What's that for?
Nature.
You're not aware of any natural creatures named Drakthar.
Perhaps the nobility.
You're not aware of any nobles named Drakthar.
I don't think we're gonna figure this out with knowledges.
How about the undead? Or anything religion?
So, while you're not aware of any religious figures named Drakthar, you do recall that there is that magical mace at the Church of St. Cuthbert that can cast divination once per week. And
Perhaps
it's been
we
a
should
week.
go up to her. What do you think, Termu?
Well, we have no real clues outside of that name, so maybe it's a good idea. So you're gonna visit the Church of Cuthbert in the middle of the night?
Well, it's not the middle of the night yet. It's like afternoon, evening.
I'm sure the temple is still open.
Let's go visit it then.
So, for just convenience sake, I'll just have you go to 0.7.
Okay.
We don't need that big fancy map right now.
Yep. Yeah.
So as you arrive, you can actually see Jenya Uricus working alongside the acolytes to clean the front gate. They seem to be wiping off graffiti.
I see the goblins have been here too.
Is that who did this?
We believe so.
Well, nothing was taken, just a little bit of graffiti on the door.
Did this happen today?
Oh no, it's been a few days. We've been working on it. You wouldn't have seen it the other day. We had the doors open to hide it.
Is it alright if I inspect the graffiti?
Go ahead. It's the same sort of nonsense as before. You know, Snurds, a poo-poo face. Why do stupid humans build city in volcano?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll a linguistics check and see if it mentions like the same writing that would like been translated into Drakthar.
Yup. In particular, this one says, Drakthar is dead. Long live Drakthar.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe at face value, but think about it. Sometimes the lords would name their sons after them.
You're also saying this to Terry, who has an intelligence of 11. He is not the smartest. He's not dumb. He's just not the smartest.
An intelligence of 11 is above average.
It's not good enough to get that with some skills.
I'm just gonna assume you lived in the sewers your whole life.
Pretty much.
So, what can I do for you?
The name Drakthar, we've been seeing it on the graffiti, and we think it might lead us to the goblins who've been doing this. But we need, like, some divination to help with that.
So you would like me to use the Star of Justice?
If you'd be so kind.
Before we do, I want to make sure we come to agreement, because it lets us ask 3 questions, and I don't want to waste it. So, do you have any questions beyond Drakthar?
You mean other than where the goblin's nest might be in the city?
There's a
Or where
second
they're
one. Where's the Goblin's Nest? Drakthar, do we have anything else?
Goblin's nest, Drakthar. It's obvious that the goblins are organized, but we don't know if they're just living under the town or if they have like more sinister ideas going on.
So maybe their goals? What do they want?
That's a good question.
All right. Let's head to the back. I'll pull it out. She points to an acolyte. You will be scribe. Unless one of you would like to be. Actually, she shoos the acolyte away. Tanatium, would you be scribe?
Okay, what does that entail?
So when I use the Star of Justice, the might and wisdom of St. Cuthbert will flow through me. One of you will need to ask the questions, and the other will need to scribe the answers. I will not recall what is said after.
Okay, let me get a paper and pen.
Okay. She leads you back into her private quarters, shuts the door, brings out the Star of Justice, this beautiful mace, holds it aloft, and says, St. Cuthbert, grant your wisdom to us. Answer these questions 3. And in that moment, the mace glows, the white light goes down into her arms, and then she rises from the floor, and her eyes begin to emit a light, and her mouth does, and a deep, resonant man's voice echoes through the chamber. Ask, non-believers, out of her mouth.
Trevu will ask, who is Drakthar?
Drakthar, the Bloodmonger. Drakthar, Goblin Lord.
Got it.
Trevu will then ask, where is the goblins hiding in Cauldron?
Ask the red-eyed dwarf, and he will lie.
And finally, Trevu will ask, what are their goals?
Who?
The goblins.
To play like rats, steal coins, and please their master. And then the light leaves Jenya, and she collapses to the ground, panting. Neither of you follows St. Cuthbert, do you?
No.
He was not amused. We'll need to consider this next time.
Of course. Yes, I've written down what he said. Drakthar, the Bloodmonger. Drakthar, the Goblin Lord. Ask the red-eyed dwarf and he will lie. To play like rats, steal coins, and please their master.
Those are some rather curt answers.
Perhaps he just didn't like us enough.
Seems the most direct approach would be asking this red-eyed dwarf.
Would I know someone like that in Cauldron with the knowledge local?
Go ahead and make a knowledge local check.
Can I do my performance to give him a bonus?
Sure. You do not, even with, what's the bonus?
I think it's a +2.
Even with the bonus, you do not know who they're speaking of. I mean, red eyes are rare, but there's a lot of dwarves in Cauldron. I don't know any red-eyed dwarves, Jenya says, and I've never heard of this Drakthar. Bloodmonger. That's a disconcerting description.
Perhaps, but it can't be worse than what we found beneath the Shadow Room.
You do know what a monger is, right?
Knowledge,
Knowledge English.
Bloodmongers. I don't exactly know the exact meaning.
Somebody who deals or trades in a specified commodity.
So trade in blood.
Yes.
So, like assassins and or mercenaries?
That's very possible.
Is red eyes a sign of vampirism?
Sorry?
Is red eyes a sign of vampirism?
Go ahead and make a knowledge religion check.
I don't have any knowledge.
Oh, you're asking.
Oh, that's a ton of TM.
Yeah.
It can be. It is said that vampires' eyes glow red when the hunger's upon them.
Only when they're hungry.
Virginia has knowledge local. She has no idea either.
Well, I'm pretty sure someone in town has to know.
She says, yes, that may be something to ask around about.
Until then, thank you for your help.
Thank you. If we need this again, well, it'll be at least a week before we can use it, but we'll try to make sure that we have the appropriate worshippers present. Perhaps St. Cuthbert will be more helpful.
Alright, now what time? How dark has it gotten?
It's sundown.
Sundown?
Yep.
We should probably head back soon.
There's still people out on the streets, going to the taverns and the pubs and such.
Want to stop by for a drink or something?
Sure, you can probably ask around the tavern, too.
Woohoo! You gonna ask around the tavern?
Yeah, I'll ask around the tavern if anyone knows any red-eyed dwarves.
Give me a diplomacy check to gather information.
Okay.
They kind of chat a little and are a little shaky, but eventually one goes, are you talking about Oryx Stonehaven? His eyes aren't red, but he lost his right eye years ago, and his eye patch has a big red gem sewn into it that's carved like an eye. You think it might be him?
Maybe. Thanks for the help.
Runs a bathhouse on Lava Avenue.
Bathhouse and Lava Avenue.
Ah, it's point 31 on the map.
Alright.
I think while he's doing that, I'm going to look for some rumors.
Alrighty.
Perhaps rumors might help.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a d20 plus 1. Would you give me that roll again, because you've already gotten this one before? I hear word on the street that there's some sort of evil aquatic druid that's come up from the Underdark, taking up residence in the lake. Word is she's planning to cast a spell to lure us all down into the water and turn us into her monstrous minions.
That is quite the rumor.
Okay, evil aquatic druid, allowing to lure people into the water. Okay. I guess I'll keep that in mind if something comes up. But for now, we should focus on the goblins.
Well, we do have the information of a dwarf with a red eye patch, so we can ask him tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, we should go back.
Along Obsidian Avenue. Down the walkway. Along Magma Avenue. Down the little stairway. Down Love Avenue to your home, which is actually not very far away from his place.
Yeah. It's right over here.
Yeah. Da 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 da.
And before we go to sleep, I'm going to set that mask next to my bed.
You sleep through the night. Turvu, you have nightmares, but they're rather generic.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I really gotta learn to modify this mask. Or at least make like an anti-magic box and then take it out when I need it.
Yeah, the only time you're woken up during the night is at some point Turvu gets up to pee and hits the edge of its effect. Welcome to Jadaroon. You're like, fuck you, and I fall back to sleep right away.
Yeah.
It's a problematic mask.
Does it ever?
Well, 2:31.
Actually, I was hoping I'd spend the morning crafting the next wand.
Oh yeah.
Well, depending on what you roll, it may take all day.
And it was plus that.
Yeah, but you're done by lunchtime.
Yay!
Which wand is this?
Magic missile.
Ooh.
Spell level 5. Not spell level, the caster level 5.
Pew pew.
3 missiles. Now, what was the goal? 988 minus 375. Okay.
So, in what order do you leave?
I'll probably head out first.
Cool. Turvu, you may make a perception check.
Alright.
Yep, you don't notice anything. Cool. Tonatium, you come out in a second. You can make a perception check.
Caster level is 5. Perception.
Tonatium, as you head out, it looks like somebody scattered rose petals all over your doorstep, and Turvu just kind of kicked them all willy-nilly when he walked out, not paying attention.
Haru, watch where you're going.
What?
Don't know why, but there's a bunch of rose petals by the front door.
Maybe you have an admirer.
Let's see if there's anything from here. A card, a note?
Nope.
Just petals?
My out-of-character guess is this was a message that if I had succeeded in the perception check, I wouldn't have kicked them over.
Maybe.
Off the off chance would a 9 have beaten it because I accidentally rolled a 7 instead of an 8 for my perception check.
Nope.
Okay, we're good then.
Guess I'm taking Twig with me.
Meow.
He can talk to me now.
I can talk to him too. We can have a nice conversation between a cat and two humans.
You need to get rid of that damn mask. I can't come snuggle at you without it going va da 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 da.
I'll work on it eventually.
Okay.
So we're heading to 31.
On your way down the lava avenue, would you make a perception check?
Yep.
I should make this check. I'm having you make this check. I didn't make mine.
You know what? I'll also roll twigs.
So as you're walking down the road, Tonatium, you hear a woman's voice in your ear. Good luck.
I'm gonna turn around.
Okay. She blows you a little kiss and runs away.
Oh, you do have it.
Let's just get this over with. Remember, it did say that he would lie, but I'm not sure if it's like lie in the sense of it's his home or if he'll actually lie if we ask.
So the GM needs to fetch something from his resources, and then he will be ready. Come on, where are you? Not you. Not you. You.
By the way, Turbu, when someone lies to them, how well are you aware that they're lying?
I got a 6.
Trying to ask this in character, and he just went up with that.
I got a 6. Decent, I guess. I'm more of a good liar than someone who can tell if someone is lying.
Always had issues.
Okay. So, you are approaching the bathhouse.
Yeah, bathhouse. So I'll open the door.
So, as you approach the door, it is noon, so the door is open. It is regular business hours. So, there is a man kind of looking around, keeping an eye on everyone, going, yes, 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 of course. More towels. And there is a nice big public mixed-sex bath there where people are naked and bathing.
Neat.
Yep.
Somewhere Trevor will never be able to visit.
Mostly.
Use it.
It is mostly men, but there's a few women there also. So, as you come in, Aurak comes over. Ah, yes, welcome, welcome. He gives you a look up and down. Do either of you have any obvious armor or weapons on you?
I'm wearing armor.
I'm sorry?
I'm wearing my my chainmail.
I have my crossbow holstered.
Aurak will look and say, no, I have to ask you to leave. We don't permit weaponry or armor in this establishment. It's a place for relaxation. If you want to leave your weapons and your armor back at home, you may come back here, and we will welcome you here. It is a silver for the bath, silver for a bar, free towel, heated, of course, and private bath for another 4 silver on top.
We're here to use the bath. We're here to ask you a question.
Well, I don't know what questions I could answer. Would you like to step outside?
Well, yes.
I don't like weapons in my establishment, you understand? Makes people stressed out. Makes me a little uncomfortable, too. Not exactly armed, am I? He says, as the GM doesn't know if he's armed or not. And the answer is he is armed. He has a little hand axe on his belt. Other than that, he's just wearing a nice leather jacket. Not even armor, just like a jacket over a merchant's outfit. So, what can I do to assist you?
Well, we'll try not to take too much of your time, so we'll get straight to the point. Lately, there's been a lot of goblin raids and vandalizing around lately. We're hoping if you saw anything like that around this area.
I've seen many goblins in my lifetime, but none lately.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Of course. And of course, if you would like to come back for the bath, the prices will not change. Have an excellent day. And he heads on in here.
Hmm. Well, if we're meant to believe what he had we were told, it means he was lying about not seeing any goblins recently.
Yes, and I just realized I could have just probed his mind a little, but so I'll stick to plan A.
And that would be?
We'll have Twig keep watch here and we'll have Twig watch over for the night.
Okay. Hyon. Where's Twig? There's Twig. I assume you have Twig's stats up to date, yes?
Yes.
Good.
I'm not leaving him here right away. I'm just I have him with me.
Okay. So you're leaving. What are you doing?
I'm just leaving back to home and taking Twig with me.
Okay. You head back to home. Turvu.
I'm going to ask around town for any more goblin incidents that might have happened.
Okay. So, as you ask around town, Turvu, you feel a little tap on your shoulder.
I will turn and look to see who tapped on my shoulder.
It's a woman.
Hello there.
No luck with Loverboy at the bathhouse?
We didn't ask him much, but we were told that if he did say anything, he would have been lying about it.
Well, you were told correctly. I have information that the goblins come and go after dark. Shh, you didn't hear it from me. And she goes and starts to walk away from you, Tervu.
They go from the bathhouse?
Shh, you didn't hear it from me.
Trevor will nod and walk on his way.
Okay. And beyond that, any other incidents you encounter are mostly the same thing: petty thefts and silly graffiti.
Cool. After doing that, I'll come back home and tell the team about the woman.
Huh. Interesting.
Maybe instead of just leaving Twig, all three of us should scope that place at night.
Perhaps I am a bit afraid to just leave Twig by himself, since what happened at Shadow Room.
Alright then.
So what should we do once we see the goblins?
That I'm not quite sure about. How much does a rope cost?
It depends. Do you want hemp or silk?
Hemp.
Of course, you're asking the one I don't have memorized.
How much is silk?
50 gold.
50 gold. I'll just look up what rope.
That's what I'm looking up. I should know this one. It is... One gold.
50. Yeah,
One gold
okay,
and
I'll
10
go
gold
buy.
for silk. I'm sorry, I lied.
I'm going to buy 50 foot of hemp rope.
Yay, rope.
That's right. That's right. I gotta prepare. I forgot to prep my spells.
Well, it's a good thing you weren't ambushed by anything when you were at the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Being ambushed before you prep your spells for the day is probably not a good thing.
Keep in mind that for the wand that you created, you had to have that prepared.
Nope, he just has to have the wand.
No, like to create the thing itself, don't you have to have that particular spell prepared?
Yeah, but you only have to prepare, like, that one spell. Wizards don't have to prepare the whole allotment at once.
Yeah.
They take an hour and prepare as many spells as they want, and then later on they can take an hour to prepare other ones.
So in my case, it's not spell prepared, I just have to know the spell.
Yep. Because you do spontaneous magic.
Yay!
Well, the sooner I get this done, the sooner sooner we can all sleep in peace at night. I say as I start adjusting the mask with the selective alarm spell.
Okay. So that's going to take a while.
Plus, we should probably scope the bathhouse out at night. So, no sleep.
That's going to be a wondrous item with a permanent alarm spell.
I have the craft wondrous items.
Yes. But I do believe it will cost 1,000 gold in materials. Minus that.
Perhaps I should.
700. It'll cost 700 in materials.
Those ones left me a little short. Perhaps next time I get paid, I'll adjust it then.
Getting paid? What do you think this is, Hell's Vengeance?
Well, I'm bound to get paid by something.
Okay.
We're bound to be paid a bit for dealing with the goblins once we deal with them.
I guess I'll just place it in a room, or maybe I'll just place it at the front door.
There you go. It's a nice little bell when someone enters the place.
Sadly, I still haven't exactly opened it for business. I'm not even sure if I am at this point. If eventually it's going to take up most of my time.
Who knows? So what do you do?
I'm gonna stealth my way back to the bathhouse house at night.
Okay, please make your stealth check.
Stealth is that. I was supposed to be 7 and an 8, so it would be a 16.
Okay.
50. Let's see. 1d4, 1 plus 1. Missiles. Sorry, I was just making sure the wand was in my offense tab so I don't have to keep scrolling to check stuff.
Okay. So, are you also going to the bathhouse?
I guess so. Guess I'm gonna stealth.
Okay.
You stealth a lot better than me.
We will also stealth.
I got a thief character who got the 16.
To be fair, part of my bonus comes from... To be honest, 3 of those points on my roll comes from just having Twig as a familiar.
So, you arrive at Oryx Bathhouse. It has closed for the evening.
So we're just gonna stand here and wait for the goblins to come, right?
Not sure. For all we know, they could be coming inside the place.
Then we'll see.
I'm gonna look to see if the door is locked.
It is locked.
Yeah, I'll check around the perimeters.
Okay, would you make a perception check, please?
My check, Twig's check.
Twig sees a cloaked figure on the roof across the way. The cloaked figure seems to be watching Turvu.
Twig will let Tona TM know about this. It sounds like to those who don't speak animal.
Okay.
I will not look up, but I am aware, so I am on my guard.
Okay. You continue your patrol?
Yeah.
Turvu, what do you do?
I could attempt to unlock the door.
You could.
I'm gonna look around for other entry points.
All right. So I did not do everything around the place, so it's because kind of So once you get to the edge here, it's kind of a drop-off cliff. Like, there's a foundation that goes down, but there's not really a way to get down there.
Okay. That's how it works.
Yeah. It's on that side of Lava Avenue. You guys are here. And then there's kind of that drop-off cliff, and then you need that sloping road down to Ash.
Guess I'll return to Turvu. And I'll nudge him and say, nudge him towards Twig. Meow.
Twig kind of feels like somebody's watching you. Because you're the only one who failed your stealth check.
A 16 didn't beat it.
Oh.
Too bad I don't have anything I could just tell you. I'd like...
Well, I know what Twig's saying, so I guess I'm gonna...
you know what? I'm just gonna... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna baby talk towards Twig in front of you. Ah, who's such a cute little kitty? Who's such a cute little kitty?
You are!
Ah, yes you are. Yes you are.
I don't know why you're baby talking. I can actually understand Twig, so if you pointed at me at Twig and tweeted me out, I would have heard it.
Anyway. Yeah, you have heard that somebody's watching you from a roof across the way.
I'm gonna try to take a stealthy peek upwards.
Make that perception check. You see no one.
Can I ask Twig to point him out?
Twig will point his tail.
You look in that area, but you just see shadows on the roof, and you can't make out if there's someone up there or not.
Oh, buddy, I have dark vision.
I'm sorry?
I have dark vision.
Yeah, they're across the street. So it's like 100 feet away. Then up on a building. It's amazing Twig saw them at all. I'm sorry?
I'm thinking.
I have my fan on because it's, hot. So.
Can I make a bluff check to act like I'm just gonna casually walk back home, going towards that house?
You most certainly may.
Does that count as lying?
Sure. That is okay. So you head on your way. As far as Twig can tell, everyone believes Turvu's leaving.
Okay, you know what? Where is it? I know I had it in here somewhere.
So I'm going to need to make use of a different map.
I'm looking for something. I'm trying to remember what it was. What was it?
You're being all creative, so I have to make use of a different map, which may or may not still exist.
Okay.
Ah, it's there.
How far is the other side of the street?
About 100 feet.
About 100 feet. I think I'll try to get into the middle of the street while following Turvu. Would
Okay.
they be about 60 feet?
I would need you to make that bluff check also to not throw his thing off.
Oh.
Do they know that ton of teams here now?
Oh, that's right. You don't know if they know or not.
So do I still have to roll the bluff?
Please do. Okay. So I'm going to need to expand this out to make room. How far does it need to go? Can I make it go that far? To there. Can I make it go that far? I most certainly can. Making me do improvisational stuff.
Yay!
There you go. So that's where Tonatium and Twig would be. That's where Turvu would be. Turvu? I don't have a good token for this person at this point in the combat. Because I was expecting them to ambush you. Being all fancy. I guess we'll use this image. That'll be fine. Yar. So there's the cloaked figure you're aware of.
Alright. I'm going to casually walk along this way. And when I get to this point, I'm actually going to try to stealthily dip into this back alley.
Okay. As you reach that point, make a perception check. Tonatium, you may too, but it's much harder for you.
Tonatium. Twig.
Well then. So, Turvu does not hear the whistle. No one hears the whistle. So, but what Turvu does notice is the cloak figure turn to look across the way and then down at Turvu. And that means, well, you know what that means. Initiative. You almost got through a whole session without a combat.
I didn't even get to do my super cool move I was going to do.
That's my initiative.
Okay. And then... So, that one goes there. He's there, he's there, he's there. So, you know what? I'm going to shimmy this around a little. That's not the right one. I'm going to shimmy this around a little so that we can be all dramatic. Because one of them goes first, and it may as well be this one. As he turns towards you and hunches forward, claws growing out of his fingers, and a snout stretching forward as his cloak falls away.
Oh god, it's the were-rats.
That was his move action. Oh, he's also facing that way. Haha. And he takes up a crossbow and fires it at you.
I'm gonna snatch arrow.
You snatch an arrow.
I just catch it right over the air.
Turvu.
You can have this back. I will cast Key Arrow and hurl the arrow back up at him.
What sort of attack is that?
Let me actually get that up. Because it's been a while since I've used this. Imbue an arrow with a power and hurl it at a target up to 100 feet away as a ranged attack.
Okay, make your attack.
Sorry, my bonus. Let me look this up. My BAB is +3, then my Dex is 2, so that's a 5.
You fling your arrow, and it seems to go straight towards the were-rat's eye. Please roll damage.
Cool. Not that much damage, though.
And it shatters against the were-rat's face, dealing no damage. Tanathium. You don't see the were-rat, but you see Turvu catch an arrow and throw it back at something on the roof.
Knowledge nature were rats.
Sure. These are were-rats. They are cursed by lycanthropy. Their curse gives their bite not just the disease of lycanthropy, but filth fever. And like most lycanthropes, they are nearly impervious to damage, save it come from silver or magic.
Oh, that's all I need. I'm going to snipe him with magic. Wait, what?
So would Kiro have done damage? It's technically speaking a spell.
Did it say it does?
The bolt is not magical.
Hmm. Well, I should have Arcane Strike first with.
Oh well. For next time, I guess.
I don't think your Arcane Strike would make your magic powerful enough.
Makes it count as a magic.
What level of magic?
It just says it makes the weapon count as if it's magic.
Okay. That's that then. Specifically, he has DR 10 silver. Turvu was not aware of this. Tonatium is.
I am not aware of this. Okay.
I'm trying to be all, fancy here. Stop rules lawyering at me.
Time to snipe. As I take out my wand of magic missiles and shoot all 3 of them at the rat.
Alright.
It's not miss, so 3d4 plus 3.
Bolts of magic come flying out, striking the were-rat, who hisses and howls. Twig.
No, Twig. I think he's just gonna stay next to me for now.
Okay. Well, the whistle continues. This time you're aware, because you are clearly surrounded. 34, having seen what happens, leaps down and draws a short sword.
Nothing.
106 does the same. Hopping down over here.
That hits.
4. Five damage.
Alright.
This one, seeing the bolts come off from the distance, leaps down and makes a double move towards Tonatium. Sword drawn. Well, 191 is aware that didn't seem to work, and he got hit from behind. So he's gonna slide off into this alleyway to attack you with flanking.
Ouch.
Ouchie, ouch. And he's flanking you. Oh shit. He's flanking you.
Does he have sneak attack?
Yes.
Yeah.
10 damage. Turvu.
I'm good for him. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back. I like how that thing immediately turned around.
I was ready for you.
I will Arcane Strike and throw a Star Knife at 34.
Okay. So I will need to review Arcane Strike here.
Didn't hit anywhere.
What caster level do you have?
5.
So you're doing +2 down, so it's +2. Okay. I still wanted to know. Yep, so you don't hit. But now I know the answer to the question. You'll find out later if you do hit. Tonatium.
No, fudge. Shoot. Different radius center. No. Do I do that? Or do I do this? Along a twig, I'll try to get like 30 feet away from their at.
Okay.
That's 20. That's 20. I can't get further.
I cannot make the map go further.
Okay. I'll just be right here and pretend it's 30. Yeah, close enough. And cast a protective ward on myself and Twig.
Wow. Twig.
Twig. Twig still hasn't been noticed, has he?
Nope. Not that you're aware.
Not that I'm aware. Anyway, Twig will get behind. Will drop off me and get behind me.
Okay. And now it's the nightmare for... It's Turvu's Nightmare 2.0. 5-foot step forward. Attack without flanking. Crit threat. Not a confirmation. 4 damage.
Alright.
106. Steps up. No flank.
Doesn't hit.
170 is out there. And is going to... So you're 30 feet out?
Yeah.
So you weren't able to move 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
So that means that he can get that far. In one move, and he will double move up here to threaten you with the sword. Then 91, now flanking.
Ouch.
Crit threat.
Kit, stop it.
Doesn't that confirm at least?
Just a regular 14 with sneak attack damage.
Ouch.
So Turvu, you're kind of surrounded by rats.
Yeah. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back. And I'm going to cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
I'll provoke 1 attack.
Isn't it a touch spell, so it doesn't provoke?
It doesn't provoke from the person you're touching. Doesn't hit
Yeah,
anyway.
it doesn't hit.
So yay, you're curing.
2d8 plus...
We'll just go to you while he's rolling. He can handle his own healing.
Yeah.
What does Tonatium do?
5-foot shift over here. And cast magic missiles at 170.
Okay. Pew pew pew. The were-rat takes 3 bolts and goes, ah! Twig.
We'll fight. What will Twig do?
What will Twig do?
Twig will 5-foot shift and attack the bear rat.
Oh, potential sneak attack from a kitty cat. But the kitty cat doesn't have rogue levels.
Nope.
Sadly. And I don't yet have rogue levels.
So this will be a full round claw and bite. Claw.
No.
Claw.
No.
Bite.
Yes.
For a minimum of 1, but it just...
Does Twig have silver teeth?
No.
Twig
does count as
bites
a magic
down.
beast.
Twig bites down and goes, owie, it's hard. I'm echoing.
Yay. Oh, there it is.
But yeah, so Twig does no damage.
1 sec.
34 steps forward to Turvu. That's not a critical failure. Barely. 108. Keeps stepping forward to pin Turvu down. 170. So Twig bit 170, huh?
Yep.
170 is going to return the favor.
Bad. That's bad.
Does not hit.
Fast Twig. 191. Reluctant to leave its corner, sighs and pulls itself around the corner to keep attacking Turvu. That is not a crit threat. I'm still echoing.
Is it from my end?
I don't know. I can't see Discord. I'll give that in a moment. So it's
Okay.
11 damage. Now I'm going to go find Discord. And it's you, Mal.
Alright, 1 sec. Okay. Going back.
Welcome back. I'm testing something here. Okay, it works.
11 damage.
I'm sorry?
So it's 11 damage.
Yes.
Ouch.
191 keeps like shanking you in the side as you go to block other people's attacks. It's quite annoying for you, I imagine.
Very annoying.
Turvu.
Another 5-foot shift. And I will Arcane Strike Arcane Strike attack where at 106.
Alright. So that does not hit. Donatium.
Another wand of magic missile towards the rare rat. 170.
Okay. We're at 170, goes down.
Yeah, but that will start trying to get back up Turbo.
Sure. But you are 10 feet back because we're 10 feet off there. So there you go. Twig.
Twig does not want to leave the safe barrier of Tonatium.
Let's hope none of them hit me.
Time for Turvu's personal hell to continue.
Yeah, that's
Crit threat.
I am probably down. Does not confirm.
Does not confirm. 4 damage.
Cool, I'm not down yet.
106 continues to step forward and keep you in position.
Listen. Play. All we need is 191 to miss.
170 here needs to make a fortitude save. They do not. So they're a step closer to death. $191. Steps forward, now with flanking.
And he does not miss.
That is a crit threat.
It's not confirmed, but I'm probably down anyways because that's sneak attack damage. I have 3 HP. Yep. -3.
Make your fort save.
You're no longer dying.
You are stable. Yay. Tonatium.
Well, this is not going well, but
You start as you run back. You see Turvu parry 2 blows with star knives as the were rat you hit continues scurrying along the wall and just brings the knife up right underneath Turvu's ribs, and he falls to the ground bleeding in a pool in the alley. There we go. That's nice and dramatic.
The whole fight ruined my entire plan. If you did, I was gonna try to duck into the back alley and use solid note and a rope to get up onto the roof.
I figured. Unfortunately, the one you didn't know about is the one that saw you and was like, yep, wait. Whistle.
okay, so you gotta step back a little.
We're stepping back.
I don't want them to double move into my range.
Yeah, they don't move, they can't attack.
Anyway, it's 20 feet. And magic missile, 191.
Alright. 191 does not look particularly good.
I don't have any attack magic. I really need to get some.
Twig will get in front.
So 34 points at Tonatium and says, "Down him first, we can kill him later." And double moves to get as close to you as possible. Actually, no. Walks this way as he draws his bow and fires it at you.
Uh-oh. Ow!
3 damage. This one hurries up and does the same thing. This one hurries up and probably keeps dying. Yep. Hurry up and die, 170. It's a pity you started this at -1. It'll take forever. 191 goes, ow! The pay. And comes over here, hiding behind the others, as he draws and then reloads his crossbow.
Oh, we're in a sticky situation. Anyway, I'll cast a Wand of Magic Missile with the first missile targeting 191.
And the other two?
And the other two, I will... I was hoping You know what? I'll just blast all three at 191, just to be sure.
Okay. $191 goes down. Twig.
This is very bad. Twig cannot deflect arrows, return to TM, or anything like that.
I can't deflect arrows for you either.
So 34 reloads crossbow and fires.
No.
106 reloads crossbow, fires.
Yeah, that hits me.
That's a crit threat. No, it's not.
It's not? Okay.
It's not that. 2 damage. 170 stops dying. 191 keeps dying.
Okay.
Donatium.
They dropped their swords, right?
Yes, they did.
This is bad.
They dropped their swords back here around Turvu.
Okay.
I haven't done too much damage to you. I'm pretty sure if you just keep magic missiling them, you might win the damage fight.
Possibly. Magic Missile 106.
Good idea, it's the one that keeps hitting you. Ouchie, ouch.
Oh dear, I'll need to put up the ward next turn.
34. 106.
No.
And 191. Still dying.
Yay!
You're happy about that one.
That's the asshole without shanking.
Donatium.
As much as I would like to blast at them again, I think I'm going to spend this turn putting up another barrier, since the one just faded this turn.
Okay.
I really need to get my rogue levels on so I can't be flanked anymore.
34 shouts, "We need to finish him! The guards will be here soon. He's making a ruckus." Not that he's hitting you. Nor 106.
That one would have hit if I didn't put up the barrier.
That's good.
191 stabilizes.
Blast them with more magic missiles.
Yep, towards 106. Magic Missile time.
Well, that's another -1 to slowly start dying. 34 looks around and goes, "Damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm not paid enough." And starts to book it back down this alleyway. And 106 keeps dying.
Moving 30 feet, and I'm going to continue blasting him if I have line of sight.
You do.
I'm so glad I crafted this.
He stumbles from the pain as your bolts strike him in the back. He keeps running as best he can, but you can now keep up with him. For at least another round. So...
one more blast to make it count.
He has 10 hit points left.
Aw, you were one off.
Aw.
He runs and dodges around a corner. I will permit you to continue chasing him, but I will need you to make a perception check to catch him, opposed by his stealth.
Okay, this is Tony TM's, and this is Twigs.
It's lost into the night.
Perhaps I was still too worried about Turvu to focus on catching him.
So you chase him down the alleyway, wand raised, turn the corner, and see just a crowd coming out of a tavern and no sign of the were-rat. And they're and the guards coming from the other direction are like, "Halt, wizard!"
There you are. Follow me. We have some injured people in this alley.
The guards, they look at you and like, okay.
They're were-rats.
And they follow. Like injured were-rats?
And me.
And Turvu.
Turvu.
Yep.
Roll 1d100 for me.
Uh-oh.
Is this for like permanent injuries?
No.
No, we only get permanent injuries if we agree to the house rules that upon death, instead of death, we get permanent injury.
No, this is for whether or not your mask stayed on when you hit the ground. It did.
Did it? Good.
So you hurry along, and the guards are like, "Rats. There are were-rats, and this one." And one of the guards is like reaching towards Turvu's mask to take it off and check who he is.
No, he's with me. He gets pretty upset when people remove his mask.
Deformities?
Well, he's not dead. He's just passed out.
No, he said deformities.
Oh. Yeah.
I understand. My sister's got these buck teeth. Doesn't like people making fun of them. Okay. So, what in St. Cuthbert's name has been going on here? This is, yeah.
We were investigating around the area for goblins and we were ambushed by these rats.
Oh, I see. Well, why were you looking for goblins? You aren't town guard.
I'm an adventurer. I heard the goblins were causing a ruckus, so I thought I might as well get them.
You're the guy. The captain was complaining about it. Lord Valantru's new people being like a future traitor and like an old thief. If Lord Valantru backs you, it's fine by me. I weren't never here. Less paperwork that way. If you can clean up the corpses, then we don't need to do the paperwork for that either.
I'll find a way to dispose of them.
Wonderful, friend. He pats you on the shoulder. Well, back to patrol. And off he goes back on patrol.
Eh.
Wow! 1,200 each.
Yay, were-rats!
There was the band of were-rats that were like trying to kill me.
Huh?
From the beginning, remember when I was in the sewers and there was like a band of like some kind of like rats or something that wanted me dead?
That's an interesting thing. I wonder if that's the case. If only there were a few potentially not dead people here.
Didn't like all of them stabilize?
Yep.
Wonder if that chest is big enough to fit all three of them in there.
You're gonna fit them in the chest?
Well, how else am I supposed to, bound them?
I have 50 foot of rope.
I guess I could do that.
So I'll need you to make an escape artist check 3 times.
I cannot do that.
Yes, you can. It's intelligence.
Escape artist.
Escape artist is not, you don't need to be trained.
Or dexterity.
No. You know, I'll just roll intelligence.
Yeah. Those are the DCs for them to get out of their bonds if they wake up into your care.
Well, 2 are well secured and 1 isn't. As far as we know, they're all well secured.
Yes, as far as you know.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. And how am I supposed to wake Turbo up now?
Rest?
Okay. What's the weight limit on your floating disc?
About 100 feet, I think. Yeah, 100 feet.
100 feet.
That's not weight.
Not 100 weight. 100 pounds.
And I weigh 135.
So in other words, it can't carry 500 pounds.
Oh, 100 pounds of weight per caster level, so it's 500 pounds.
Which is enough to hold everyone.
500 pounds for 5 hours.
So you get a floating disc back, a bunch of unconscious bodies to your shop?
Yep.
Cool. Do you want to do this all sneaky-like, or are you going to just walk through the streets?
Let's try to sneak around.
So you like throw a tarp over that you find like in an alley, and you manage to just push this floating magic disc with a tarp on it as though you're pushing a cart of supplies back to your house, and no one gives you any mind. And you get back there with an unconscious Turvu and 3 unconscious were-rats. All their shit.
Jadaroon.
Welcome to Jadaroon.
Yeah, they're all unconscious. At least they can't hear it.
Yep. And you have their equipment, too.
You should probably take that away from them in case they wake up.
So they shut that off, so...
Okay, so I used...
So each of them has that equipment right here. Except one of them only has 15 bolts because of the bolt that he shot at Turvu earlier.
Okay, so short sword, light crossbow, 16 bolts, masterwork studded leather.
3 times over.
3 times over.
Minus 1 bolt because one of the guys shot off 1 more shot than the others.
Okay, so 3x short bows.
Next time on Shackled City, Reciteer.
Reciteer.
Yeah. Capitalism. Oh.
Sadly, I was constantly surrounded, so I couldn't use my new spell. I couldn't do blistering invective.
Sorry,
favorite
if I was
thing
more
about this
confident in my
was?
AC, I would have just like ran up to them and casted color spray.
You know what my favorite thing about this was, Turvu?
What?
You kept backing up straight when you could have backed up against the wall and then they wouldn't have been able to flank you.
Hmm. They could have still flanked me.
Not
Yeah,
immediately.
but probably take him another turn to do
So
so.
they're another turn.
Yeah.
But if I had backed up against the wall and then they flanked me, I would have been completely surrounded and have to do acrobatics to move away from them.
No, you could have been able to keep inching along and they wouldn't have been able to flank you.
Hmm.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
And then 2020.
I'm just imagining that Turvu was too preoccupied with the 2 people pirouetting. I was just like, stop! Because the other guy's like, just slinking forward and pulling back.
It sucks that they only ever arranged to attack me once.
I'm glad that I thought about using a twig to, like, try to tank the melees. But the Barrier Up twig has 19 AC, so it would hold him off a bit. Assuming Kitten, kept rolling over 20.
That being said, I don't know how well Blistering Indicative would have worked.
Well, do you want to do anything with your were-rats before we close the session?
Perhaps I only need just one. I could probably just burn the other two in the back.
You're gonna murder two of them.
Well, I guess we're going to have to relocate this whole party to your actual house, because now we're going to have a question of where you're stashing two corpses.
Well, I haven't decided that yet. It was just a thought.
Okay.
Wish the guards had just left. Wish the guards had just taken care of the bodies, to be honest.
Well, you volunteered.
To be fair, we only need one alive.
Yeah. This is all up to Tonatium.
Perhaps they should hang them from the ceiling. Hang them up like a piñata.
Okay. Because of their serious injury, we'll roll this. Two of them do not survive the process.
Oh. Oh well. Only need one. Now I gotta figure out what to do with this body.
You're gonna hang them here in the middle of the room?
No, that's too unsanitary. I was just hoping to hang them up just for the thing, but
You're hanging them in the back, probably, right?
Probably.
There you go. I've made decisions for you, so it makes more sense.
Nah, maybe I could have eaten them, but that'd probably be gross. I was thinking of casting Ray of Frost on them repeatedly, so they'd freeze, and I could just use them as cool, as to store the meat.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. So what we've learned here is Tonatium is a cannibal.
They're rare rats, not humans. Are they?
Wouldn't a red rat mean a human that could turn into a rat?
Yeah, a were-rat is...
Oh.
They're human were-rats.
Oh. In that case, maybe not eat them.
Not to mention they have filth either.
Yeah.
And lycanthropy.
And when they die, they turn back into people.
Yeah.
So the two you hung up that did not survive the process turned back into regular humans.
Huh.
So you have two humans and a half-rat monstrosity hanging in your back room.
Two dead humans in a rat monstrosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, if only I can get them to Shadow Room.
Are you going to take them back out and take them down to the Shadow Room?
Go back to the fortress and then just throw them off the bridge in the Underdark.
Make a stealth check.
Wait, are you serious?
If you want to do that.
It was just me throwing out random suggestions.
There's no one to argue with you. This is all Tonatium.
Yeah, I'm still unconscious.
If Tonatium wants to pile them on another disc and roll them across town to Gelv's and knock on the door, Gelv will certainly let you in, no questions asked. And then you can roll it down the stairs, roll it into the elevator, roll it down into the fortress, roll it out, and toss it into the Underdark.
Even better idea, you can just flip the switch and put him into the acid trap.
Oh wait, I do have acid splash. I could probably just melt them.
No, you could just put the acid trap in the...
I know, but I have acid splash. That means I could just melt them down.
Into nothingness.
Do you have a grate in this room to the sewer for all of the sludge that'll come off?
Possibly.
The answer can be yes. Okay.
So the two dead werewolves.
What's your alignment, Tonatium?
chaotic good?
Let's make that chaotic neutral.
Yeah, you and
Okay.
me now.
As you now dissolve two corpses into sludge.
You know what? I'll take that.
Huh?
I'll take that. It's like I've just been through such a shit week at the fortress that it's just like traumatized me to be more like asshole chaotic.
Tonatium still probably thinks of himself as chaotic good. But yeah. Do you also dissolve the living one?
No.
No, I need him for questioning.
Okay. So we now have two dissolved dead were-rats. Okay.
Never ask you to dispose a body again.
Is Tonatium going to do anything to help Turvu?
I can't really help him. The best I could do is just probably bandage him up without really knowing about anything about medicine.
Cool. There's one
Just
more
let
thing I
me
need
rest.
to do here. Very important. Of utmost importance, actually. In fact, there's going to be a couple of rolls here. So there's that roll. And that one. Okay. And the radius from the door to there is sufficient. Oh my gosh. Oh my MG. Welcome to Jadaroon.
Ah, fuck. I'll be back for you later.
I need to bring that token over. Not there. Not there.
Not there?
Go back.
Eh.
Because you hear that, you open the door, and you just see a woman who's sneaking in here, very secretively, who looks kind of shocked at the noise, leans in, and goes, "I approve, my love."
Well, someone's got to put a bell on you, but I can't just ask someone to do that. This is the second best thing.
She's like looking at the half-dissolved corpses when she says, "I approve, my love."
Oh, I thought she was talking about the trap.
Nope.
Or rather, the alarm. What do you want?
She takes a little step over, just to do this, and she leans up to give you a little kiss on the cheek. Do you
Nothing.
oppose?
Oppose.
Okay, so that means she has to make a combat maneuver check.
Come on over to kiss you.
That beats it.
Excellent. So, number one, I need you to make a fortitude save.
Praise the lipstick.
I do not like you, Kit.
And
I do
number
not
two-
like you at all.
Number two, you may make a will save.
Is this a fear effect?
No,
Is this a death effect?
no,
Is this an insanity effect?
no,
Is this a confusion effect?
no.
Okay. And it's like again. Okay, Satar.
So, as she pulls away, the first thing that you notice is you start feeling woozy. And then you can see that the lips didn't match the shape of the face.
Was it another gray rat scrubbing around? Oh no. It's Jill.
So, Tonatium, you actually get another fortitude save, because it takes 2 rounds for this thing to take into effect the way she wants it to. You did take 1 constitution damage. You do not fall unconscious. And she just gives you a little wink and says, Rest up, my love. And heads out your back door.
I've got to put more alarms for this. So is it constitution damage or is it a drain?
Damage. It'll
Okay.
heal up overnight. That's right. That was Jill who gave you that little piece of advice. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
So
You
either
have to make a specific alarm for her.
yeah. So
And I
either,
could do that too. I could just have the selective alarm just go, if Jill enters in this area, then they set it off.
if Jill, only Jill.
If Jill then explode.
It's not an explosive alarm.
Would you I forgot one more thing that she's supposed to do.
Oh no.
This was when she gave you a kiss.
Of course.
You may make a perception check. Okay.
What about Twig?
Nope.
No?
So later on, while you are kind of resecuring your house and making sure Jill didn't take anything, you find a syrupy red potion in your pocket.
Detect magic.
It radiates conjuration magic.
Conjuration. And dang it, where is it? Spellcraft.
That's a potion of cure moderate wounds.
Oh, hey.
Uh,
It has the little jester face of the last laugh on its label.
Anyway. Drink up, buddy.
It's
Oh yeah, I gotta... Oh wait, it was 2d8. Whoops. Let me try that again.
Cool. I'm up with 10 HP now.
Yay. I am loving Jill so much.
Yeah.
Jill has a crush on Tentative.
Or she just likes messing with me. Could go either way.
I mean, she hasn't been messing with me. She's only specifically been messing with you.
Why is that? Does she just not trust you?
It's gonna be really fun if she does not know who I am whatsoever, despite me being like a rival thief to the last half. You are you?
Who knows?
Oh, yeah, it's a question I'll figure out eventually.
Maybe.
If not, I can at least be. And if not, who knows?
Maybe next time Jill comes, I'll actually be awake and attentive.
Oh.
The
Anyway,
time where she stabbed you in the neck, where I was asleep. We had the other time where she came.
probably broke into my house while I was back in the fortress.
Yeah, then the time where we came home drunk and I passed out on in the downstairs and she came upstairs.
Yeah. It was quite literally the mask that saved you there. She didn't come in that one night because she's like, eh, that looks like a magic mask. This time she's like, oh, it's over the front door. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then I measure.
Welcome to Shotteroon.
So
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to call it this session.
Yeah, I'll just put down a note. We need to interrogate the rat. Ratman.
Ratman. So, as usual, least favorite parts of session.
Kind of like the combat encounter, and I still like the encounter with Jill, to be honest.
Yeah, the Jill encounter is hilarious.
Especially since I just interpreted it as like, Total Team has a stalker and he still doesn't figure out why.
You're the stalker who just so happens to only ever approach you when Trevor is unconscious.
So what does she hope to accomplish by constantly breaking into my house?
Who knows?
Knowing my luck, even if I had gotten off blistering invective, I wouldn't have been able to intimidate any of them.
Yeah, it seems these rats were like very good at spotting things from a distance.
Well, no, I make an intimidate check on all of them to demoralize them.
Well,
And if they get demoralized, they take 1d10 fire damage.
so they all rolled like 19 and 20 on their perception checks.
Mm.
So they were very much aware of everything going on. And then they also rolled like 19 and 20 on their stealth checks.
Nice. So lucky Twig caught them.
You remember that wall of 20s with the 16 and the 10 like that I rolled when you mentioned leaving Twig behind?
Yeah.
That was the stealth checks and perception checks for the were-rats. I was hoping you were going to leave him, and then I'd be like, okay, Twig makes a perception check. And then it would have been like Twig running through the city being chased by the rats.
And then sadly...
That would have been an ironic sight.
Sadly, the person with the whistle was the one who got through the bluff check.
Yes. Actually, no, they weren't whistling like with a whistle. They were whistling like, with two fingers in the mouth.
Yeah, like there is one who got past my bluff check, meaning I didn't get to climb onto the roof to attack one of them.
I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm so glad I crafted that Wanda magic missile.
Yeah.
Because my alternate option was just flaming sphere everything, but that probably would have gotten us into more trouble than was worth.
Next day, we should definitely probably craft us a wand of cure light wounds at least.
Well, it was a bit of a great fight once it got to that point, because it's, these three rats crouching down in the road, shooting bolts at a wizard who's like dancing around, waving a wand, going pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, that's the good part about you, though. As long as they either don't hit you or don't do too much damage, you will beat them in the damage race.
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed hit.
And then there's that one time that they would have hit you if it weren't for your magic, so I can just imagine that the bolt went straight at your face and went boom off your magic shield, and you're like, pew. That would have been a great anime scene.
And I like that I thought of like using Twig to like distract the rat from like closing in on me when like he was closing that gap.
Yep.
Well, can you imagine, just from like visualizing how cool it would be if I actually got off the blistering invective and managed to shaken them, and then all three of them randomly catch on fire?
That would have been great. Yeah, we very closely had an amazing anime moment, but instead we had...
It's still an amazing anime moment.
Yeah.
It was me blocking two attacks while getting backstabbed multiple times by a third.
Yeah, I knew it would be a really dark, hard to see lighting because it was in that alleyway. And then moves out into the well-lit street for the wizard. Yeah, but sadly, no were-rat cat.
Also no were-rat turbo, because turbo is immune to disease while wearing his chainmail.
Well, no one tried to bite Turvu.
Yeah, but even if they had, the only two who are at risk of getting lycanthropy or filth fever are Tonatim and Twig.
Yeah. That may be the only reason I used the shitty bite attack against Twig, was in the distant hope that it would succeed and Twig would fail and we would get a were-rat cat.
Were-rat cat.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm a rat now.
Yeah, but they weren't here to, like, fill up their numbers by turning people into rats. They were here to assassinate us, it seems.
Well, maybe next week you'll find out what they were here for.
Yeah, they literally outright stated their intention to kill us.
That's all you know. I don't even know that because I got unconscious before they talked.
Yeah.
Well, it is a thing. There's a lot that goes on in this campaign. We'll see what happens.
We can just get back to the goblin slaying.
Next time, probably goblins.
Probably.
What do you think of Drakthar?
Hmm.
Based on what you've heard so far.
Goblin Lord, I don't think we're gonna have fun. I mean, we're gonna have fun, but it's not gonna be that kind of fun.
Funfering.
Every day I'm fun for read.
Every day I'm funfering.
Yeah. Kid, I finally have the words can hurt people.
Yes, your words can hurt people, maybe.
Yes, maybe. Physically set them on fire.
Sticks and stones will break my bones, words will hurt forever.
Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will set you on fire.
Well, my spoiler image for next time remains because we didn't get to it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I do slightly worry that the beginning of this was a little railroady, but I guess you guys had fun.
We had fun. Mostly because they kind of devolved into assassin rats. Assassin rats
that nearly killed us.
Rat assassins. Yeah, I was like, oh, this encounter's perfectly oh shit. DR10. Oh shit, sneak attack. Did I miss any other shits?
Very glad I crafted that one.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Turfu's gonna have a little fight here. It's gonna be, oh, they're rogues. Shit.
They're rogues. They're sneak attacking me in the ass.
Yep.
Soon, though, I shall be a rogue, and I will no longer be able to be flanked.
And then you will be one who comes in from behind.
And butt stab them.
Or stab them by throwing my stone knife at least 30 feet away. Because you can sneak attack with thrown weapons.
Yeah, but it's a lot harder to get them flat-footed. You have to be sneaking first. Or, some other way.
I haven't told you my plan since you left before, when I was talking to Kit, but there is the Knife Master Rogue archetype, where their sneak attacks.
I'm gonna turn off the recording so I don't spoil it for people. Bye!